School nurses often have a multitude of responsibilities when it comes to the well-being of students. This presentation is for school nurses to get a better understanding of why they are a vital part of identifying and working with McKinney-Vento eligible students. This presentation will include information on what makes a student McKinney-Vento eligible, a nurse's role when working with this population, communication techniques when meeting with a student, and information on how to find your local liaison for more information. The McKinney-Vento Act serves all eligible students that are in grade levels pre-K through 12. Under the McKinney-Vento Act, individuals who lack a fixed, regular, and adequate nighttime residence are considered and classified as homeless. Each of the following instances qualifies as lacking a fixed, regular, or adequate nighttime residence. The student is sharing the housing of other persons due to economic hardship or a similar reason. The student has a primary nighttime residence that is a public or private place not designed for or ordinarily used as a regular sleeping accommodation. The student often migrates and lacks a fixed, regular, and adequate nighttime residence. Or the child is living in cars, parks, public spaces, abandoned buildings, substandard housing, bus or train stations, or similar settings. Under the McKinney-Vento Act, there are three main roles nurses can take initiative in: reaching out to fellow staff and faculty, helping students with immunization information, and discussing hygiene with students. Because teachers have the most interaction with the students, regular check-ins or emails to teachers can be helpful. Ask the staff, are there any students that you think may benefit from having a conversation about hygiene? And ask them to be on the lookout for students who tend to have reoccurring hygiene-related concerns, such as wearing the same clothing every day, regularly have disheveled hair, or are frequently in need of hygiene products like deodorant, dental products, or menstrual products. When situations like these are brought to your attention, you have the opportunity to pull the student aside and see how they are doing. Some of these students may need your help getting proper hygiene products. When talking to students about hygiene, be sure to use kind and mindful language and understand that this can be an uncomfortable and embarrassing topic for the student. When you bring the student into your office to have these conversations, let them know that you are addressing this topic because you care for them and want to look out for them. Here are some sentence starters for when talking to a student. I noticed that, as we get older, I wanted to talk to you about. Emphasize the fact that as we get older, everyone learns about personal hygiene and why it is important. Review with the student what types of products can be used for personal hygiene and ask if they would like help getting those products and that you'd be happy to help, either make recommendations on products or help them find resources for the products. Another aspect you may not have considered is helping children get the required immunizations. Some households may not have the ability, knowledge, or financial capacity to get their child immunizations. Note that under the McKinney-Vento Act, homeless youth must be enrolled in school immediately, even if they do not have the proper immunizations or health records. Once the student is enrolled, you can help them find resources that can aid the child in receiving their immunizations. In certain situations, it may be difficult or impossible for the caregiver to coordinate getting the child up to date on their vaccines. In situations like these, work with the caregiver of the child, the school social worker, school counselor, and principal on making the proper transportation arrangements for the student to receive their immunizations. Sometimes, a school staff member can be given permission to take the child for their appointment during the school day, and other times the school can provide transportation vouchers. When it comes to getting students the products they may need, please note that McKinney-Vento funds can be used to purchase necessary products for these eligible students. To use McKinney-Vento funds, please talk to your school liaison. With that being said, it takes more than one person to help McKinney-Vento students, and awareness is the first step in helping this vulnerable population get the resources they need. reach out to your school clubs or organizations and ask if they would consider doing a fundraiser or drive for the supplies commonly needed by homeless individuals. This would not only be one way of bringing awareness to the topic, but encourage your local community to start a box or closet of items for the school to have on hand to give to their students in need. To find out more information about the McKinney-Vento Act and resources for McKinney-Vento eligible students, contact your designated school or area liaison. To find out who your liaison is, type isbe.net in your search engine. This will bring you to the Illinois State Board of Education homepage. In the search bar of the homepage, type Homeless Education, and you will see suggested links. Click on the link titled Homeless Education. Here you will find a list of resources, including a tab titled School and Homeless Liaisons. This tab has an updated Lead Area Liaison Map PDF and a school district homeless liaison locator. Using these two resources will help you find who is the area liaison for your area of Illinois and who is the liaison for your school district. Please reach out to your designated liaisons for further information, questions, and resource information about the McKinney-Vento Act.